Okay. Okay. Alright, cool.
Nice. Look, you dumb bitch. That's why I turned you off on my phone.
Walter looks so funny young.
Oh yeah, bro. That weird. He got the fucking the what's his name? Sean Spears fucking mohawk for some reason.
Love that mohawk.
Monstrosity.
Love that mohawk.
So no one ever. God, I hate that fucking thing. Tweet.
Oh god. I'm so sad. Alright. Alright. Anyways.
Shit, I am.
Bro, I tried to order fucking donuts and they fucking canceled my order. I was triggered.
God, wow. Oh no, bro. Fucking Papa Mark tweeted, posted a picture of him shaking Adam Cole's hand.
It's gonna happen. After
Yep, he's.
SummerSlam.
Oh my fucking
Not,
god.
no. Probably after the horror show at Extreme
Oh,
Rules. What if they got involved with McIntyre's match and set Adam Cole versus Drew McIntyre up for SummerSlam?
I'd actually be down for that.
And what if he's probably gonna get buried at that show. So get ready for the undisputed burial.
Oh, bro.
The end of the era. That's what they're gonna market the match as. And then they're gonna have him get buried. Good stuff. I'll let everybody know beforehand.
This is their burial.
Okay, I apologize. I had to retie my hair. I don't want it to be annoying the whole show.
I gotta do that, bro.
Yeah, I have like a piece that's like sticking in my ear, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I might as well just fucking do this now while I'm doing this shit.
Swear. Very much, indeed.
And that's literally like the worst kind of send off for the Undisputed you could possibly have done.
It really is, bro. It's just
Because
like.
like, yeah, if you think about it, and it's not even just on Adam Cole's side. Like Roddy went out of NXT being scared of Dexter Lumis. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish didn't even get one last chance at the tag titles or anything like I don't know, man. It's
This.
just, it's sad. It's sad only because of the fact I know what's destined for these guys. So it's like,
Exactly.
at
Like,
least fucking make them legends on their way out. Jesus Christ.
swear this is their last moment of happiness as characters. And now it's gonna be gone. Well, the day is about to come that never want to happen. The undisputed call up. Damn, that's depressing.
Sad, man. All great things must come to an end. It is now their time
to get buried on the main roster.
Okay. Let's do it.
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Yikes. This is a post NXT. What the? This is a post NXT Great American Bash. Did not watch Dynamite yet. I'm gonna do that as soon as we get off here. But wow. Jesus. Okay. So, what is up? Oh Jesus. Triple H says Adam Cole's just getting started following TakeOver title loss. I feel my world crumbling down before me. Because this is the end for the UE, ladies and gentlemen. I am wearing my Undisputed shirt right now, and it's making me sad. Man. I actually stole my closet, actually. Still got that. But, alright, guys. What is up, guys? This is the Notorious Podcast, episode 14. This is the themed version of the podcast. This is where we do our themes. Now, what are our themes, you may ask? What ifs, fantasy bookings, top 10s, and Mount Rushmores. Those are our bookings, and this time we are getting around to the what if side of it. And if you can tell, I got a little tone in my voice. It's because it's a very sad evening after the realization of what happened on NXT tonight. I'm sure you guys know what happened. Now we will review it on Friday, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about it here since most of you guys just got done watching it now. So, I mean, but we will review. We'll only talk about the main event now. But man, Jesus Christ, what? What'd you think, bro?
It's so anticlimactic and just this didn't need to happen, bro. Like, no dual championships, bro. No fucking none of that, bro. Keith Lee would have been doing fine. Would have been doing great on his own as just the North American champion, doing his own shit. Like, they didn't need to cross these paths. Adam Cole should have ended in a big way, baby.
You beat me to it.
Like, he came in NXT in a big way,
baby.
And now he just lost on American Match Night 2, and that's it. He's about to be gone, so that just sucks, bro. So yeah, it's just the match is good, but it was just and since fucking that dumbass leaked it, we all knew the inevitable.
So Where's Rob?
Dude, come on. But like, it's like we all knew the inevitable, bro. So it was just like, damn, that happened. Now all this shit's gonna happen, and fucking Keith Lee and be a transitional champ for Cross. It's just this whole situation does not feel like NXT to me. That's how I feel, bro. How do you feel about that main event?
Who came in and put a thumbs down? You cocksucker. Anyway. You all have hell to pay. But anyway. Yeah, bro, I think it's just I think it's more so the realization of Keith Lee is literally going to be a transitional champion, and also the fact of this could be the end of the Undisputed Era as we know it. It's definitely going to be, because even if they are even if they are good on the main roster, it's not going to be anything like NXT. And I think these guys NXT's their home, bro. NXT's what made them special. And it sucks. It really sucks. I mean, I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like even if they are good on the main roster, they're not going to be the same as they were in NXT. Look at Sasha and Bailey. They're good on the main roster right now, but it's
Yep.
definitely not the same as NXT. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, I don't know. It's just sad to see Adam Cole's reign kind of end in that way, considering the fact that he's held the championship. He just broke 400 days a couple days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, man,
That's it.
and Keith Lee's most likely just gonna hold this championship to go to make Karrion Kross look like a badass. Because if Karrion Kross beats Adam Cole, he's beating the little guy, which there you can tell that this is
Oh
Vince
yeah.
seeping into
Yes.
NXT. Karrion Kross isn't gonna look legit if he's beating Adam Cole. Whoop-de-doo. So they're gonna have him beat Keith Lee and look legit that way, I guess. But at the end of the day, I'd never seen a point for the two champions to interblock paths and fight each other. So it's a sad thing, man. It really is. It's sad to see Adam Cole go. It really is. And well, not even. I hope not just Adam Cole, but the Undisputed Era as well. It's sad to see those guys go. Considering they've ruled NXT for 3 years now, so
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
sucks, man. But at the end of the
Yep.
day, it was pretty anticlimactic, if I'm not lying to you, bro. And I don't know. I feel like they could have ended in if you will, not at NXT Great American Bash, just to combat Dynamite, bro. It's
Yeah.
you got this, shit like that. You gotta save for, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I don't
And
know, bro. It's
it's not
what's
even
up?
it's not even that it was spoiled and pre-taped because Ciampa's win was spoiled and pre-taped and that felt amazing. But like it's just didn't feel right, man. Doesn't feel like NXT. It really
Yeah,
doesn't.
I agree, man. But nonetheless, we'll get onto that Friday, man. But Jesus Christ, nonetheless, guys, if this is your first time watching us, welcome to the show. First of all, I am Johnny Mayhem. If you do not know who I am, and I am one half of the host, and the other half, you may ask, is Sir K, man. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. That show, it was good. I mean, they did have a six-man tag on that on NXT tonight, which
Yeah, I
I
kind
was
of
not
dozed off. I didn't
swear.
pay. It's not my thing. Unless it's like two factions,
Yeah, then I don't. Yeah,
not
bro.
necessarily my cup of tea. The main roster has kind of drowned us in 6-man tags and 8-man tags. So when NXT or when any promotion does it, really, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, bro, today it was a good day. Yeah, it was just a good day, bro. How was yours?
It was good, man. It was good. Just enjoying my fucking day off, which was nice. Um,
It's, yeah.
so yeah, bro, it was dope. Just chilled out, watched NXT. Just kind of hung out, man. Just chilled out. So nothing too special, but yeah, man. Just NXT. NXT is what I was looking forward to. I'm about to look forward to Dynamite. So hopefully that's hopefully that's good. I seen a little bit of stuff from the show, but should be interesting, man. Yeah, guys. So, without further ado, on this episode, we will be doing, like I said in the beginning, we will be doing our what ifs. Now, what ifs are we doing? If you haven't told from the thumbnail and the title and everything, we are doing what if Mustafa Ali never got injured in 2018 or 2019 when Kofi Kingston came out with the whole Kofi Mania stuff. If you were wondering, Mustafa was Kofi's spot. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously there are a lot of rumors and actual plans that were said to happen with that. So, uh, if you guys do not know, Mustafa Ali was slated to be in that Kofi Kingston spot, and he was going to face Daniel Bryan. And there was a little bit of rumors before WrestleMania of that year that they were going to make it a triple threat with Kevin Owens, but that didn't really make any sense. But that was one of the rumors that was surrounding that match. But the original plans was to have Mustafa Ali face Daniel Bryan, and the other one was, what if Aleister Black versus Brock Lesnar happened at WrestleMania 36? If you guys do not know about those rumors, Drew McIntyre showed up to the Royal Rumble of 2020 in January, and that was the first time he found out he was winning the Rumble. Who was the original winner, you may ask? It was none other than Aleister Black. Aleister Black was supposed to win the Royal Rumble, then he was supposed to go on to face Brock Lesnar. They went with Drew McIntyre otherwise. And what if those two scenarios happen? Well, we're gonna tell you, bro. Which which one do you think we should do first?
Ooh, I'd say Ali if you're down. I'm down for either though.
Yeah, bro, we could do Ali first. All right,
Gotcha, I
bro.
got you.
You wanna start us off here?
Yeah, bro, I got you. Let me start off. So, of course, it starts at the Elimination Chamber. We all know in real life, Ali got replaced by Kofi, but of course in this, he still got a spot. So, also, the way I booked the little what if is very. I try to be as realistic as possible, but like with who I want them to like face with and shit like that. But how they would kind of book it. So yeah. So it starts off in the chamber match. Most of it happened the same. I don't remember a lot of like just spots from that match, but basically it all happened the same. Last three are Orton, um, Ali, and fucking what's his name? Daniel Bryan. What the fuck? I'm dumb. But looking back at the match, Orton would eliminate AJ, and then he would get eliminated by Ali right afterwards, using, got him on the ground, 054, pin, boom, Ali. Now, it's just Daniel Bryan and Ali. So, they're staring each other down, they start to fight. It's, pretty even fight. They're pretty evenly matched on, like, size and toughness and, like, shit like that. So, they're going at, they're fighting each other, going at it, bro. And, it leads, you know, to, of course, Daniel Bryan hitting a running knee on Mustafa Ali, though he kicks out of the first one, fight a little more, and in the second running knee, Ali goes down for the pin. Chamber, I mean, Daniel Bryan would, is now the fucking Elimination Chamber winner. So that's where that all starts. So Ali was obviously the last one to be eliminated. Put up the hardest fight. I think he was fourth. Like Kofi was fourth, so I'm guessing Ali would have been fourth. So yeah, he was probably like fourth, third, whatever. So and I'm a dumbass, but I wrote all these. I wrote Raw, even though it's SmackDown. So SmackDown after, he comes out. People backstage are praising him, be like, "Yo, you did a great job," shit like that, man. Like people, Michael. Oh, wait, is Michael Cole on commentary in 2019 for SmackDown?
No, Tom Phillips, Saxton, and Graves, I think.
Ooh, so they're all like praising him too. Everyone's giving him like, "Damn, you did good," shit like that. So that goes on. They put him in a match with Jeff Hardy. And in that match with Jeff Hardy, of course, wins clean, handshake, both good people, both respect each other. That's basically it for like that. For the first week after, he's just, getting all this praise, rumors on Twitter going around, people want him, shit like that. So, cuts to the next week on SmackDown, and then on that, week of SmackDown, it is announced that Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy will take place, that night, and whoever wins will face, well, not that night, next week. And then whoever the winner is will face Orton at Fastlane for a shot at Daniel Bryan's title. Now, that was the big sentence, but, you know, Joe, Jeff fight, whoever wins faces Orton, whoever wins that match, title match. So, that is announced, and Ali is sitting there just not announced for any part of that, even though he put up the biggest fight. So people on Twitter are pissed. Jiggity's going off. Shit's not good. So shit's a shitstorm. Fuck a shitstorm. God, I can't speak. Well, so that's announced. Ali's kind of pissed. He's like, you know, what the fuck, you know? So next week, you know, that match happened. Wait, yes, before that match happens, Ali comes out and he's like, yo, like, well, of course he's not like this, but he's like, you know, what the fuck? I put up the toughest fight of my life, Elimination Chamber, all the weeks and months before that. Where is my shot? You know, and calls out Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon actually proceeds to come out, and he goes up to Ali, and he starts to explain that at WrestleMania, since Daniel Bryan is a big name now, they need a big name to face him at WrestleMania for the big money match. You know, McMahon is explaining his best for business bullshit, explaining that to Ali. He's like, yeah, you're a great talent, but just we need we need people that will recognize someone to face Daniel Bryan and shit like that. Ali's pissed. He's like, all the fans in the arena recognize me, all the fans at home recognize me, all the fans on social media recognize me. I am a draw. Shit like that. He's just explaining that he's worthy of this. So McMahon's not really fond of it. But then Jeff Hardy comes out and he tells Ali that he feels for him, that he kind of gets it in a way. So Jeff, in a show of respect, gives his spot to against Samoa Joe for Ali, and then Vince McMahon does approve of that. So Jeff gives away his spot because he did lose the week before. So boom. So I get to the next week at SmackDown. That match happens, and of course Ali wins the match clean. But afterwards, Orton would attack him. By the way, this is the go home show to Fastlane. So Orton attacks him, hits him from the back after his match. Okay, shit like that. Fuck. And he gets on the mic and he tells Ali that Vince McMahon has informed him that this is now, that their match at Fastlane is now an unsanctioned match, for the contendership. Oh god, fuck. So Ali's not, he's looking on the ground confused, a little annoyed, shit like that. You know, cuts the Fighter Fest, not Fighter Fest, cuts the Fast Lane. So they got the promo package of Ali saying people are trying to take away everything he earned. He's gonna earn it tonight and prove his worthiness, shit like that, man. Orton just being the dastardly dick he is, doing his shit. So, no. So, promo match starts. So, in the unsanctioned match, pretty brutal, but I think with this unsanctioned match, I'd say the fast-pacedness of Ali can kinda not make Orton a slow, boring bitch in the ring. So, especially at that time, Orton was, he was, boring Orton. So
Right.
Ali's basically carrying the match itself while Orton's doing all the brutal spots and shit. I say, of course, in real life, it probably wouldn't be that way, but I'm putting it on an NXT level unsanctioned match just because I would hope so. So that match is happening. Shit, Orton's being as brutal as he can. Ali's hitting back when he needs to. Shit like that, bro. Gets to near the end where a chair ends up wedged in a little corner on the turnbuckle, in between turnbuckles in the corner. That ended up happening a little late earlier in the match, but now when Orton attempts to hit an RKO on Ali, Ali blocked him and countered it. And when you counter the RKO, you got to throw Orton off, off you. So he throws him off him into the corner. He hits the chair in the turnbuckle. Fucking Ali runs and hits him, gets him on the ground, gets on the ropes. 054, hits him with the 1-2-3. He's celebrating. He's got his title shot, man. He's happy. The crowd's marking out. Orton's, but something a lot of people notice, and Ali notices a little that Orton's clearly not fazed by this. He actually has a little smirk on his face while he's down on the ground. So while Ali's a little confused, he's still happy that he earned his title shot. He's getting what he and the fans deserve. So that's that at Fastlane, bro. Then next night on SmackDown, um, Ali comes out and he's talking about his win. He's talking about Daniel Bryan, you know, talking about their future match, all that, bro. Then Daniel Bryan proceeds to come out, and Daniel Bryan comes out. Ali still, can't wait. He's just trying to hype up their match, playing up, and Daniel Bryan kind of looking a little confused, a little like, you know, with a kind of evilish smirk, weirdly. That's weird to say on his face, bro. He's got that. He looks at him and he goes, "We we don't have a title match for Mania. You're not in the title match." And then at least like, wait, what the fuck? Just I earned my full shot last night. I beat Orton. I have the title shot. Then Daniel Bryan proceeds to said that he has beaten Orton in an unsanctioned match. Now, to the record books, the unsanctioned match doesn't count. Thus, your title shot didn't happen. I mean, well, to us, you know, you have no title shot. That match where you won it didn't happen. Ali's, he's like, what the fuck? He's clearly getting screwed over. He's pissed. He's looking at Daniel Bryan. He tells Daniel Bryan, you should be ashamed. You know, you know, I was, well, you were me. Shit like that, bro. You're yelling at him to him. So he said that Daniel Bryan was once in his position, and now that the roles are reversed, and Daniel Bryan has the opportunity for power, he's abusing it like people did to him. Ali's going in on his ass. Then Daniel Bryan tells him if he really wants to earn a title shot, you can ask Vince McMahon, and I'll ask Vince McMahon if he'll let you face me in a handicap match with me, Rowan, versus you, and if you win, you get the title shot. So, comes out, he starts talking about this whole situation. Vince comes out, and he's still talking about how this is all best for business, even though you won the unsanctioned match. It doesn't count in our record books. I don't have it in my office. Vince saying that type of shit. Ali's pissed back at him. Then Vince McMahon does agree to the match that Daniel Bryan said. He said, "I'll agree to that match, but if you lose this match, well, yeah, if you lose that handicap match, you will never have a WWE Championship shot as long as I'm alive." So that's what he says, something along those lines. Which, I mean, shit. I'd be like, well, I'm gonna poison you, but like, yeah, just joking. But Vince says something like that. He's like, you'll never have a title shot. If you lose, you can never, challenge for that title again. You know. So they both agree to those terms, and then cut to next week, which the next week on SmackDown, and oh, yeah, yeah. Also, I didn't mention this, I don't know why, but the crowd was going wild during McMahon and Ali's, promo, going off on each other. Crowd was going wild for Ali, chanting bullshit, shit like that, crowd shit. Even though, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, crowd existed at that time. Had to make sure in my head. So yeah, bro. So cut to next week. That handicap match is happening, and it's basically your generic dirty handicap match. Daniel Bryan's kind of being a little bit of pussy because he's heel, and since Rowan's big, he's doing most of the work, shit like that, man. So at the end, um, you know, Rowan's beating Ali's ass. Ali starts to get the upper hand, starts beating Rowan's ass, beats him so much where he gets him on the ground. He's about to hit the 054. Daniel Bryan comes to the ring, but then Ali jumps off the rope to Daniel Bryan, hits him down. You know, um, Daniel Bryan gets hit to the ground, gets on the mat, rolls out the ring, and Ali gets back onto the top rope, 054 to Rowan, and as you know, Daniel Bryan's kind of just standing there, you know, getting up, shit like that, bro. Boom, big moment, boom. Next week is the go home show, and it is the contract signing. So, you know, so Dan Bryan, Ali come out, all that shit. So, okay, so they're both out there. Dan Bryan starts, starts to talk to Ali how he got lucky in their match, in their, handicap match, you know, and then Ali's talking back like, I earned all these other shots. I earned it how many times before? I, you know, I earned it, and now I earned your attempts to stop me, shit like that. Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan says, the only the only win you didn't get against me was at Elimination Chamber. He brings up that he beat him at Chamber. Ali's, firing back. He keeps bringing up that Daniel how much of a hypocrite Daniel Bryan is because what was it? What would that be? 30, 35. So 5 years earlier, Daniel Bryan, the roles were reversed. Daniel Bryan was the one being put down by power, being told that he's not best for business. And look at him now. He is the guy that, people get pushed down for, commenting on that, calling him hypocrite. And he says that this WrestleMania mirrors WrestleMania 30, but how this time you will be on the other side of my big moment, of the biggest moment of my career. Well, it's Friday, so it would be a Friday, so 2 days. So, you know, contract signing, keep, promo, and then it leads to an attack from Rowan and Daniel Bryan to Ali, man. You know, Rowan goes to hit Ali, starts beating his ass. They kind of both start beating his ass. Ali starts to get the upper hand, starts beating Rowan. Um, um, okay, yeah, starts to beat up Rowan. Daniel Bryan kind of dips once he starts to beat up Rowan, grabs Rowan, gets him out of there. Well, hold on. No, he doesn't get Rowan out of there. He kind of leaves Rowan, and then, you know, Ali, as Daniel Bryan's kind of leaving, calling him coward, hypocrite, all that shit. So, boom. Go home show happened, bro. Cut to WrestleMania. Oh, fuck, why do I keep doing that? Cut to WrestleMania, bro. I was trying to think of a cool entrance for Ali, but I couldn't. I don't know why. I just couldn't think of a cool ass entrance for him. But he'll have one. He should. So boom, entrances both out there. Match starts. Obviously, it'll be a fucking amazing match. Possibly 5-star, but if it's produced the same way AJ and Nakamura were produced, God no. But it should be. It could be easily a 5-star match. So that match happens, you know, kind of more of Daniel Bryan beating Ali's ass, and then near the end, Ali starts to get the upper hand, and then in a shadows of WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan gets out kendo sticks or a kendo stick. You know, he can't actually contact with it because, the match would end and that would fucking be lame. So, Ali's avoiding it, blocking, dodging, and then eventually, you know, Daniel Bryan kicks Ali to the ground, gets on the ground, starts to put him, well, attempts to put him in the in the in the label lock, with the kendo stick. Ali counters, hits the kendo stick out of the ring, starts to hit Daniel Bryan, puts him in the label lock for a couple seconds. Once Daniel Bryan started to get wore down, he gets off, hops to the top rope. 054, 1, 2, 3, crowd pops. Yeah, crowd pops. Confetti starts to go down. Gets the title, man. He's celebrating big moment for fucking Ali, man. Everyone's enjoying it. Twitter's going crazy. It's just all around amazing. So then you also look behind Ali and you can see Daniel Bryan on the ground looking up. He's kind of, you tell he's disappointed, but he starts to look at himself and you can tell that he's being disappointed in himself. So he's clearly reflecting. He gets up by himself, man. He looks at Ali, man. And as Ali goes for a handshake, Daniel Bryan hugs him. You know, After the hug, they do the classic, hold the championship up with him in his hand, and then, Daniel Bryan leaves to give Ali his moment. That's where WrestleMania ends, bro. Would that be the main event? Realistically, probably not. But should it be the main event? What was that, 35? What was the
The
Universal title
women's.
match?
The Universal
Yeah,
title match is the open. It was Seth and Brock.
yeah. So, yeah, it probably wouldn't be the main event of that Mania, but it would definitely be second to last match. So, amazing moment, bro, for Ali. But after that, man, who would be his first feud after? I'd say there's three options. I'd say it would either be fucking KO, Jeff Hardy, or weirdly Kofi Kingston. I could weirdly see it after. That would be if they want a baby face, they go for Jeff or Kofi. Heel, probably KO. But of course he would win that feud. But I would think, bro, because I think this was still inevitable. Real life, no matter who it was gonna be. I think Brock Lesnar would still end up winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, bro. So that would happen. But I'm gonna add a little fun to it. I'm gonna have him lose his cash in, but of course they would give him another title shot at SummerSlam, where Ali would most definitely lose his title, sadly, bro. But I was actually thinking about it, bro. And with Kofi and Ali, that ironically, unintentionally makes sense with their story about being put down by management. Because at the end, they got their big moment, they had their title reign, and whether it was Ali or Kofi, they were still get put down by management with Brock Lesnar, man. Weirdly is ironic, unintentionally for them, bro. But that's what I realistically think would happen. But I wouldn't want it to be the cash in, 30 seconds he loses it. I would at least do it in a match. So fail to cash in, match at SummerSlam, classic Brock small guy match. But of course, Brock would win, bro. But overall, that's how I think and how I would have booked the Ali, um, Ali in Kofi's, not, well, Ali in his original position versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, bro. Boom.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's very, very detailed. Very nice. Very well done.
thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Cheers.
And starting for mine, we're going to start this off at Elimination Chamber 2019. It is going to run through WrestleMania 36. 36, okay. So we're going to start this off with Ali and Daniel Bryan as the last two in the Elimination Chamber, similar to how Kofi Kingston did it. And Ali is going to come so close, but the mistake he's going to make is he's going to go for an 054 off the pod, and he's going to miss, and Daniel Bryan's going to take advantage and be the victor. The next night, Bryan comes out to hype himself up, and in the middle of doing that, he begins to denounce Mustafa Ali, saying that there's a reason people like him come from 205 Live, and there's a reason that those guys will never see the light of day, and he will never be a star in or on Daniel Bryan's SmackDown. So, yes, he's basically going to be making fun of him because, well, not necessarily making fun of him, but basically saying, there's kind of a reason why people like me were brought to the main roster to begin with, and there's a reason why people like you were just 205 Live experiments because this company didn't know what to do with you because they didn't see much in you. With that, Ali, we are going to see play the role of a Daniel Bryan type character, and yes, so that is basically going to be the hook of this feud. Is Daniel Bryan is basically playing the role of the Authority, and here we have Mustafa Ali. Jesus, we have Mustafa Ali, the new star, becoming just rising up the ranks and being this underlooked prodigy, if you will, like Daniel Bryan, and obviously this is going to create for great chemistry in the ring, and so I tried to put I tried to somewhat incorporate Kevin Owens into this, just because I was kind of trying to book this as real as WWE probably would, because Kevin Owens would probably somehow be thrusted into this, just because that was one of the original plans. But it does not make any sense to put Kevin Owens in here. It literally has nothing to do with any of this. So we're just going to go with Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali, and at WrestleMania, Mustafa Ali does none other than that, and he beats Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And similar to Turkey, I would have him and Bryan share some kind of respect moment, and this would mean Daniel Bryan is going to take a little bit of time off television just because he just had a killer run. He absolutely deserves to be taken off television for just a little bit. However, after WrestleMania, Randy Orton will feud with Mustafa Ali through the summer, and Randy Orton, we are going to see him play the sort of sadistic heel role that he pretty much kind of did and that he does now. And yes, he is going to say things to Mustafa like he wishes that he did injure him, so he would have never got the WWE title match, and saying how Mustafa is an embarrassment to wrestling, and also um, that he was a guy that WWE management did not see much potential in. And yes, so this is going to be the feud going through the summer, and Ali does end up beating Randy Orton in this feud. Now, just basing off how WWE would book it, this is going to set up a feud with, through the summer, they're going to be setting up a feud for Mustafa Ali to defend the WWE Championship at SummerSlam against the biggest acquisition in SmackDown history, Roman Reigns. We're going to set up Mustafa Ali and Roman Reigns with this typical kind of two babyface feud. Roman Reigns is going to be just challenging Mustafa, and pretty much just challenging Mustafa, just because he's Roman Reigns and he can. But however, when they get to this match, well, this feud is going to kind of be Roman teaching Mustafa kind of if you wanna hang with us in WWE, you kind of have to go through the big dog type thing. So Ali is going to fight Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and Ali is going to lose. That's it. No, Mustafa Ali is going to give us a heart attack because he is going to be hit with a Superman punch and a spear out of nowhere, and he is going to keep kicking out. We want to make him this kind of babyface, this kind of fight from behind babyface. He is the WWE champion, and just when we all think WWE is going to do their typical setup, Roman Reigns is going to go for a spear, and he is going to Mustafa's going to move, and he's going to hit the bottom, the second turnbuckle. I mean, Mustafa's going to hop on the top rope real quick, 054, and he's going to beat Roman Reigns, basically letting the fans know, kind of, we are. So I don't feel like they see him as higher than Roman Reigns, but we are going to kind of let the fans know here. This guy is a guy that we are going to put some investment in, and we are going to make him feel like a fight from behind babyface, because that is what he plays well at. And the reason behind getting him in a match with Roman is because we all know this, but Roman, well, first of all, they're not going to keep Roman off the SummerSlam card, and second of all, Roman is a guy who can give us a heart attack just because we know there's always the chance of him winning. But with Mustafa winning here, I feel like it'll make for a really feel-good moment, and it will also get a lot of people behind Mustafa if they're not already, just because of the fact that people don't like to see Roman crushing the new talent. So when the new talent beats Roman, I feel like it'll put a lot of positivity behind Mustafa's name, and it will make him just a little more credible, being that WWE actually had him beat Roman. So yes, and those guys probably gonna have one more match after this through the fall almost, because I believe there's like one or two more pay-per-views after that. But here's where all the important shit comes in, because setting up for Survivor Series, Mustafa Ali is getting heckled. Perhaps tortured. Not really. Verbally tortured. By none other than The Fiend, bro. However, we're building for Survivor Series, so Mustafa's got different plans. Mustafa has to also not only worry about The Fiend being on his ass, but he's got to worry about who he's facing at the Survivor Series. Champ versus champ. Mustafa Ali versus Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion. So, Mustafa is going to be in the middle of this kind of feud with The Fiend, but he chooses to put his attention towards Brock just a little bit more, and Ali is going to show up on Raw probably 2 weeks before the Survivor Series, and he is going to attack Lesnar and flee the scene. However, that's SmackDown 2 weeks out from Survivor Series. He's going to be challenged by The Fiend for the WWE Championship. He is going to be challenged on SmackDown by The Fiend for the WWE Championship, because you know they always like to give us that match before the Survivor Series, and usually anytime we've got that go-home show title switch match, it's been great. AJ brought Jinder to his best match when they did it. The match wasn't too good, but fuck, it was a decent match for Jinder. It was also Daniel Bryan and AJ, the match where Bryan turned heel. Fantastic, bro. So then 2 weeks out from the Survivor Series, 3 weeks out he attacks Brock, and then 2 weeks out he is going to have his match with The Fiend, because that's usually how that kind of goes. And he is going to accept the challenge, because that is just kind of the champ that Mustafa is. Fight from behind, fight anyone type thing, put on incredible matches. And yes, so Mustafa Ali will attack Brock Lesnar on Raw 3 weeks out from the Survivor Series. But little does Mustafa know, he still needs to keep focus on The Fiend, because he has to defend his WWE Championship match. 2 weeks out, Ali is jumped in the beginning of SmackDown by none other than Brock Lesnar, and he injures Mustafa Ali. He injures his leg, and Yes, he injures his leg. Obviously, something that you absolutely need to wrestle. So Mustafa, though, will refuses to seek medical attention at the local medical facilities, and he still wants to defend the championship against the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Ali, just being the champion he is, goes into that match, and Bray Wyatt immediately, Mustafa puts up a little bit of a fight. He gets the Fiend down the ground, and the Fiend sort of plays dead while he is, the Fiend sort of purposely plays dead while he is trying to climb the top rope with a gimpy leg, and he can't make it, so the Fiend kicks his leg out, puts him in the mandible, and the Fiend is your new WWE champion. So this will now set up for the Fiend versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and if you guys were wondering, the Fiend is going to win that. And Mustafa, though, seems to be off of television, man, all because of Brock Lesnar jumping him and injuring him before his big title match going into the Survivor Series. Mustafa is going to be put on the shelf for what seems to be 6 months. He will not make it back in time for WrestleMania, according to the local medical facilities. But what do you know? This guy, Mustafa Ali, shows up at number 30 in the Royal Rumble and challenges Brock Lesnar to a match at WrestleMania after he wins the Royal Rumble. And he is underestimated yet again for being that kind of little man against Brock Lesnar. Obviously, Heyman on the mic. Obviously, he's probably going to verbally destroy him and just make him feel like the biggest piece of shit going into that match. And Mustafa Ali goes into a match at WrestleMania 36 against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Ali versus Lesnar, and in the end, Mustafa Ali beats Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, getting payback on Brock because he made him lose his championship to the Fiend, and putting him out of the Survivor Series. And yeah, so this is going to be Mustafa's story, and he is going to get his payback on Brock, and this is going to kind of be our way to transition him into a star. Also transitioning his full-time move over to Monday Night Raw, because he has been on SmackDown for as long as we can remember. So we are going to move him onto Monday Night Raw, and he is going to run the ship over there. And Brock is going to go away after doing what he's very good for, which is making the other people look good, because he does a really good job at that. When he does lose, he makes the other people look like beasts. But yeah, so this is going to be our kind of way to make him into a star, and the whole point behind this really is to pretty much just kind of solidify him as a star and solidify him as kind of we take him seriously type thing. So that is kind of going to be, well, not kind of, that is going to be our method behind this story, and also kind of just making him just kind of a lovable baby face. Always fighting from behind, and always getting underestimated. But after this, he's not the underdog anymore. Now he's the man to beat. So, Jesus, he could face the Messiah, obviously. Face. I don't know a lot of people that don't like Ali, so yeah, bro. So that's what I think would have happened, with my own little spin on it, if he would have beat, if he would have not gotten injured in 2019. I think his career would have took a much different course than having a hacker gimmick that seemingly gets canceled on a week-to-week basis. So,
but that was great.
Yeah, bro, for sure. Thank you. All right, man. Yeah. So now, next up, bro. What if Aleister Black faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36? Well, before we get onto that, just a couple questions. Do you think Kofi Kingston would ever be WWE champ? if Ali wouldn't have got injured.
Um, damn. Since it was only last year, I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna say no, but I think there's still a maybe. Seeing Ali's story of like the Daniel Bryan-esque coming up story, I feel like they might be like know that they could do it again with someone like Kofi, but realistically, nah, bro. I wouldn't. I don't think he would, bro. Unless they want to do a story like that again, they would choose him. But other than that, bro, nah. I don't see them doing it. You?
No way. They were only gonna have that be a one-off too. Daniel Bryan had to fight for Kofi to get that championship match at Mania. So kudos to Daniel Bryan, bro. What a beast thing to do for
Yeah.
somebody, bro. It's just incredible, bro. It's just incredible. It shows what kind of person Daniel Bryan is, and it shows what kind of it shows what kind of person he is and how much he cares about the wrestling business. But I couldn't think of too many questions for this one. Obviously, there's the question of Kofi, because that, with Ali getting injured, sparked Kofi Mania. But other than that, not too much really happened, bro. Kofi just kind of held the belt, and then he just randomly lost it to Lesnar. So,
Probably
what do
never
you?
gonna get the idea. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was done talking. What were you saying?
We probably never even got an idea of the hacker gimmick. Probably
Uh,
would never be a thought to make.
would Ali have been taken off TV out of spite? Probably not.
I don't know. I don't see them. I don't see why.
Right. I don't see why now, but they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So without further ado, what if Aleister Black faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36? Want to kick us off, sir?
Yeah, bro. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. So starts off at the Royal Rumble, of course. So um, I'm gonna give you a rundown of some people. So Drew is still in this match, of course. I'm gonna have him come out at number 5. Um, there's Black. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have him come out at number 13 because 13, Devil, all that shit. Roman is gonna be there, and I'm still gonna have Brock in that match. So the last 4 are Drew, Black, Roman, and Brock. So first out of that 4 to go is actually Roman. Drew takes out Roman. So, maybe set them up for a mania feud or just the ties of their history of, the mid card mafia, you know. So Drew takes out Roman, and a little bit after that, Brock would take out Drew McIntyre out of the Rumble, where now it's just Aleister Black and Brock Lesnar. Brock gets, a hold of Black, he gets him by the ropes. Brock throws a punch to Aleister Black. As Aleister Black dodges, kind of gets out the way. When he dodges this punch, he kind of like walks back behind him to like dodge it. So he's kind of behind Brock at this point. Brock turns around. Um, Black attempts a black mass, misses, gets his leg stuck on the rope because they were right next to the rope. Brock tips him over the rope, but Black stays on the ropes. He's on the not turnbuckle. He's on the apron now, getting up. So, you know, and then well, Brock throws a punch to Black while he's on the ropes. Black dodges again, jumps back in, and when you jump, you like not usually, but that's how he jumps. He jumps back in and gets low to the ground when he gets his jump. So he's low to the ground, and as he's low to the ground, he grabs Brock's legs, he jumps up, putting Brock over the ropes, uh, tipping him over the ropes, but he's not on the ground yet. He's on the apron. Now then, well, Black attempts to Black Mass as as Brock gets up. Black, God, their names are too simple. Brock
Black and
then
Brock.
swear Brock then dodges it again, hits him, but that's it. Right after, um, Black runs at Brock, hits him with his knee, spiked little knee on his knee pad, hits him with that, and then kicks him in the shin, kicks him out of the ring,
Yeah.
winning the Royal Rumble match. And of course, since to Aleister Black, he's not gonna point at the sign. He stares down the Mania sign, stares down Brock, stares back at the Mania sign, sits down crisscross while looking at the Mania sign. That's how the Royal Rumble goes off air. So next night on Raw, Heyman comes out. He's out solo, and he starts talking that Black got lucky on the one mistake Brock made last night. Um, when he, when Black chooses who you want at WrestleMania, Aleister Black better hope to not pick Brock Lesnar because the Beast incarnate will want Carnage. Some cool ass line like that. So, so later in the ring, there's the little interview person. They call out, Aleister Black. Ask who he wants to face. Aleister Black comes out. Now I'm gonna keep it in current situation with the current arena because that'll look way better. Because Aleister Black in the suit and tie comes from around the crowd like he used to do in NXT, bro. Well, NXT used to come from that little basement area, but they're in the PC. They don't have a fucking basement that I know of, unless it's the boiler room. And so he comes from the crowd, bro, in the suit, gets in the ring, and the interviewer, of course, wait, okay, so interviewer, of course, asks him who and why does he want to face, at WrestleMania. And then all Aleister Black says is, I can thrive in Carnage. Brock Lesnar is, then, Black just leaves, of course. He's gonna just say his one sentence to challenge Brock Lesnar, and he leaves. So, about like two Raws after that, maybe not the next Raw, but after that Raw, Heyman comes out and talks, and he says that Aleister Black, you've made the worst decision in your professional life. You say you can thrive in Carnage, but the better question to ask is, can you survive it? You know. Alright. How about how about you come down here and we could talk? No. How about you come down here and we could talk about your after WrestleMania early retirement? So throwing those jabs. Black comes out. Wait. Black comes on the screen, and he's not he's not in the fucking closet or hotel room or wherever the fuck he used to be. Now he's in, even though even though they film in the PC, he's in a pre-taped PC where he's just standing in a ring in the dark in the suit, Aleister Black shit, standing there looking at him, and then all he says is, "You will hear from me when I hear from Brock Lesnar." Boom, that's it. Heyman's confused. You can tell he's probably a little annoyed. That's the end of that Raw. So, a couple Raws later, like probably next one or one after, whatever. After Black gets, he's in a match that night versus, I don't know, fucking Apollo. Just, he has a match. He wins the match. And then Heyman comes out solo again. And he tells Black that Brock has agreed to come in next week for a contract signing face to face for their match at WrestleMania. Black nods his head and agrees. So, well, well, yeah. So, Heyman's like, "Is that good?" And Black just gives him the nod of like, "Yes." So, the next Raw, Black comes out first, and he's doing his usual look at the ground, looking at the contract, not paying any mind to the entrance stage. So, then Brock's music hits, Heyman comes out, solo. As he, gets in the ring, you would see, you know, Black has the really, he's like really, he's annoyed, he's kind of angry, you know, you know, of course. So Heyman says, that dog got a fucking bark right now. So Heyman, fucking dick. So Heyman says, sorry that my client Brock Lesnar couldn't make it. He missed his flight
It's
over
okay.
here. But you could just sign this contract, and you'll see him as you're on the ground at WrestleMania. Black looks back at him, confused, annoyed, angry, clearly, and Heyman starts to talk him in. He says, well, we're sorry. Brock has to... Okay, so Black, Heyman starts saying that he's sorry that Brock had to cancel tonight. As you, as to you, this probably looks like we don't take you serious. Like he doesn't take you seriously. But and then as he's saying, but Aleister Black masses the mic out of Paul Heyman's hands. Black grabs his mic from the table, and says, "I'll sign this paper when Brock Lesnar is here face to face." And Black just leaves. For the next 2 weeks, it's silent. We don't hear from Heyman. Black might have a match on Raw, but like that's it. We are not hearing anything from really either side. So the week, third week after that, Heyman comes out to Black and he says, no games this time. Brock, next week, you'll see Brock face to face in a contract signing. You have, our word. So Black nods his head. He probably, I was gonna write that he says like something like he better this time or something like that, but I couldn't think of a cool line for Black to say there. So you could just say he nods his head in agreement. So, in the next week, contract signing on Raw. Black comes out first again, and then Heyman with Brock does come out and gets in the ring. Now, as Brock is coming out, classic Aleister Black, he's not paying attention to Heyman at all. He's just, got his eyes not locked, but he's just got to stare down on Brock. Heyman, they're in the ring now, grabs the mic. Heyman grabs the mic, and he says, and his client Brock Lesnar is here now, and in, the date, how many weeks it would be till Mania. You'll see him again as you're on the ground, losing the greatest opportunity you'll ever get. So, Black grabs the contract, signs it, slides it over to Brock Lesnar. Brock goes and he signs it, and as Heyman starts to speak, Brock flips the table like to the side and gets up in Aleister Black's face. Black looking, expressionless, unfazed, just, just paying no mind, showing no emotion to him. Brock, does his little Brock laugh as he starts to leave, and he calls Aleister Black a fake pussy. And he does. And he's leaving. Black just says,
Can't say that here. Yeah, it's a
oh
local
yeah,
medical facility.
what the fuck? That's a curse word, local medical facility. But then Black has the mic, puts it up to his, his face, and it's Black. Wait, does he not fucking, did I not write a line for him? Oh, no, I did. So, I just abbreviated his name so it looks like it says nothing, but Black, has his mic, puts it up in his mouth, and all he says is Brock Lesnar. And Brock turns around, Aleister Black attempts another Black mass as Brock dips out the way and dodges it, gets out the ring. Now he's laughing in his face, not in his face, but like to him, that he missed. And as they leave, Black sits down, crisscross, looking him dead in the eyes as that shit happens. Boom, that brought happened. Now, this is now 2 weeks before Fastlane, and well, probably the week before Fastlane or whatever. And Black says, in like when a not a promo but a promo package kind of to get ready for the match, he says that he, in a way to prepare, request a match at Fastlane as a warm up. So they announced it, Fastlane. It's Black and Andrade. So as for kind of took Black a warm up match, but it also looks back at their history between Black and Andrade because Black Andrade is the person that Black defeated for when he won the NXT title. You know, just shades their history for Fastlane, just some for Fastlane, and of course an amazing match if booked correctly. At the end, Black Mass to Andrade, put him down, and he beats Andrade clean. So it happens, and then of course probably one Raw, but then it cuts to the go home show of WrestleMania. Heyman and Lesnar come out to the ring. They ask for Black to come out. He does. And then Heyman starts to say that he has no worries about Brock Lesnar losing to Aleister Black, but he will admit that Aleister Black is a worthy opponent for his client at WrestleMania, and he does show his respect to Black, and he respects Black. All Black says is may the best prevail, or some Aleister Black shit. So Brock laughs again and says, "You're damn right. I'll prevail, or I'll win, or whatever." As he goes to hit Black again, Black dodges, backs, and the same kind of sequence that they had in the Royal Rumble. Black dodges, gets him to the rope, goes for a Black Mass, misses. This time he doesn't get his leg caught on the rope though. Doesn't get his leg caught on the rope. Then Brock charges Black, and Black dodges. Brock was flying out the ring. Heyman, during all this, Heyman, he dipped, of course. He got out the ring, and Black starts to stare down Brock, gets him crisscross, classic, as Heyman gets in the ring with the steel chair, and he's behind him just waiting for Aleister Black to turn around so he could hit him, but Aleister Black is he doesn't pay no mind to Heyman. He just keeps staring down Brock. So, as Heyman's ready, he's still, just waiting for him, and then he kind of just really sets the, chair, gets not in a ready to hit position. Then Black quickly gets up. Black quickly gets up, kicks the, or just gets the chair out of Heyman's hands, and, goes for a purposely missed Black Mass to Heyman. They dip. Heyman dips. Brock gets back. Then they stare at each other as that Raw goes off air for the go home show. Now, cut to Mania. At WrestleMania, I think it would be cool if fucking, okay, yeah, at Mania, I think it would be cool if Black has another live music performance as his entrance for Mania. I think that would be cool, or just some cool. Always gotta have a cool, Mania entrance. But match happens. It's pretty competitive since, Black is a striker. He is used to that MMA style, so they kind of genuinely clash good in a match. So, and at the end, it is again basically that Royal Rumble sequence where Brock goes for the punch, miss, Black Mass, doesn't get his ropes caught, doesn't get his leg caught on the rope, but then Aleister Black gets picked up, Brock picks Black up for the F5 position as he, throws him off for the F5. Black lands on his legs, Brock turns around, Black Mass, 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black wins the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar in the main event for WrestleMania, bro. Gets his moment. He's not buried. He actually, an NXT guy prevails. Weirdly, moment's great. They're well, I mean, no crowd, but Twitter marks out. You know, got his moment, man. So yeah, bro, that's how for after Black, I have no idea, cause I genuinely, I maybe Drew, but I don't know, bro. It's whoever they want after Black at that point, bro. But yeah, bro, that's what I got for my Brock and Black feud. God,
All right, man. So mine is going to WrestleMania, WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 36. Well, Royal Rumble 2020 to WrestleMania 37. Okay, here we go. So the built up for the 2019. We are going to start building this guy up in 2019. Obviously, it's the only way. You got to start planting seeds somewhere for him even winning the Rumble. So we're going to do Alistair having a great showing in the Survivor Series because, as we've seen with Keith Lee, that can literally have somebody on fire, bro. And he will then move on to, he will be on fire going into the Royal Rumble, and he will move up to the end of the Royal Rumble. Obviously, the final ones with Roman, Brock, and Black, obviously. And Brock is going to go for a jumping knee on Black. He's going to miss, fly over the top rope, but hold on to the rope, get caught on the apron, and get a black mass to the back of the head, and is going to knock him cold, and he is going to fall off the apron. Right after that, Alistair is going to get Superman punched to give us all a heart attack, and Roman is going to throw him over, but Alistair holds on to the rope, and Roman will then get some more offense and go for a spear, and as he's ducking, his head gets hit with the most wicked black mass that knocks him cold as well, and he's going to get dumped over the top. And Alistair will sit crisscross applesauce in the middle of the ring, staring at the WrestleMania sign. We will not get Happy Black like we did at TakeOver New Orleans, where he was smiling, and it was the corniest looking thing on the planet. Now,
right, bro.
Brock and Heyman talk about how Aleister Black will not last, and he is just the flavor of the month. They could throw that in there for the hardcores, because we like to use that saying. And how he is not durable enough to be a top star. He does not have the longevity of Brock Lesnar, John Cena, guys like that. He does not have the longevity, and there is no way, if it took Roman, what did it take Roman? 5 years to beat Brock, or like 3. It took him like 3 years to beat Brock. Then Alistair will not get it on his first try. Stuff like that. Aleister Black will then counter their argument with saying things. He kind of will not really open up to the fans, but kind of give us an opportunity to know a little more about him. He will kind of share a little bit of his journey, as in little words as possible, because obviously Aleister Black is not a promo machine. That's not the point of his character. So he is going to share his journey his journey to WrestleMania without talking too much, using a little bit more actions. He will kind of share his journey to traveling and fighting all across the United Kingdom scene, leaving Amsterdam, leaving his family and whatnot, and things like that. And that is his counter to like Brock Lesnar. Obviously, Brock Lesnar basically got his spot in the WWE because he was good at sports, and he just so happened to be good at our sport. So that Aleister Black is basically just kind of saying how he grew up in this, and this is what he was meant to do. Obviously not saying it like that, but in a little words as possible, and in an Aleister Black type of way. As we move on to WrestleMania, Aleister Black is then going to defeat Brock Lesnar and win the WWE Championship. And on the Raw after WrestleMania, Aleister Black, this is a feud I feel will be really cool. Aleister Black will then go on to be attacked by the Messiah, Seth Rollins, and we are going to get the cult leader versus Aleister Black. I feel like an NXT type Aleister Black, obviously that's what we built him up to be, an NXT type Aleister Black versus the Messiah, Seth Rollins, would have such good chemistry. Obviously, the shit we're seeing on television now is ridiculous because Aleister Black has been so humanized, it's not even funny. He's just a good guy, man. He's just a good emo guy, just helping Rey Mysterio's family, man. What a good guy this Aleister Black guy is. What a class act. Black is then going to defeat or feud with sorry, I skipped a few lines back. I was gonna say beat Lesnar. Okay, so yes, he is going to be in a feud with the Messiah, Seth Rollins, and Rollins. The point of Rollins feuding with him is pretty much the same reason he feuded with Drew. He does not think that Black is a viable leader. He does not think he is legitimate. And Aleister, and he wants Aleister to be the first sacrifice and join his cult for the greater good. And Aleister Black is not willing to be a sacrifice, and he wants to defend his honor as the WWE champion, and he wants to defend his honor of this being his show, and he's not willing to be a sacrifice for Seth Rollins. Now, Aleister Black is going to beat Seth at Money in the Bank by DQ, and Murphy, in theory, will attack him, trying to get him to be a disciple yet again, and they will go on to have another match at Backlash, and Aleister Black will yet again win this match. Now, MVP says he's been training Bobby the night after Backlash. MVP will come out and he will say he has been training Bobby Lashley since WrestleMania. Obviously, because many of you forgot this, I just fucking barely remembered it, but Aleister Black did face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. So, MVP is going to come out and say that he has been training him for Aleister Black. He is watching the tapes. Now he knows what it takes to beat. And now he knows what it takes to beat Aleister Black here. And they go into the match at Extreme Rules, and Bobby Lashley defeats Aleister Black, retaining the. Aleister Black. God, no. Aleister Black defeats Bobby Lashley, retaining the WWE Championship. So yes, Black is still the champion, and this is kind of just a little placeholder and I thought it'd be interesting considering now that Bobby's got the dynamic of MVP, which I really like MVP in a manager role. So he's going to defeat Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules, and Aleister's still going to be the WWE champion. Building to SummerSlam, none other than Drew McIntyre challenges Aleister Black at the SummerSlam, the Summerfest. The reason. Okay, so I'll get to that afterwards. Drew McIntyre mentioned in this feud how Aleister Black just barely dodged him in NXT because he got injured, and he's going to basically say he knows he can beat Aleister. The only reason he didn't get a chance to is because Aleister just got out of Dodge because Drew got injured, and Aleister would have never been NXT champion if Drew would not have gotten injured at TakeOver War Games 1. Yeah, TakeOver War Games 1, the first one. And, yes. So, Drew McIntyre will then go on to defeat Aleister Black at SummerSlam, and Drew McIntyre is going to become the new WWE champion. Why do you ask this? A, they like Drew, and if I'm trying to book this as realistic as possible, and B, Paul Heyman was fired, and we all know that Paul Heyman that Aleister Black was a Paul Heyman project, and now that Paul Heyman is out of power, they just want to be petty, and they want to take the title off Black. Obviously, they don't see much of him, but they do like Drew a lot. So, Drew McIntyre is going to defeat Aleister Black at SummerSlam, sadly, and that is the reason. Now, if I'm booking this one I'd say is a little bit more realistic as to how I legitimately think they would book it. Obviously, I kind of made it a little better, though, because they would probably just put this guy right back in the closet. But, shortly after that, in October, Aleister Black will be traded to SmackDown Live, ladies and gentlemen. In the draft in October, that makes no sense. The most random time of year to have it, but they have it in October, so he is going to be traded to SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown gets Aleister Black. He does not do too much till Survivor Series. We could probably put him in a feud with, we could probably put him in a little mini type feud with Jeff Hardy. And obviously he's going to win that. I feel like that would be really cool. He doesn't really do much, but then again, yet again, at the Survivor Series, he has a great showing at the Survivor Series. A lot of people, if your name is Walter, you probably don't have a good showing at the Survivor Series, but for the most part, a lot of people do. So, yes. Yeah, he is going to have a great showing at the Survivor Series. Black is working his way up through the ranks of SmackDown Live. It's a fresh start. I think a feud with Aleister Black that'd be really cool would be Sheamus. Sheamus is a guy that could try to entice him, just like he's tried to entice Jeff Hardy. But Aleister Black just won't give him that reaction and won't let Sheamus rile him up. So I think that'd be a really cool feud. Obviously, you have AJ Styles over there. As for some other heels, you have Sami Zayn, you have Cesaro, and you have Shinsuke Nakamura. Come on, bro. As far as matches go,
That's true.
take my money. So, through early 2021, he would then be set up for WrestleMania to challenge the Intercontinental Champion. Now, who is the Intercontinental Champion, you may ask? Jinder Mahal.
Oh, yeah.
No, not a chance. Could you imagine that for Mania? Aleister Black versus Jinder Mahal for the IC title? A garbage ass match. So Aleister is going to be booked as a viable mid-carder on SmackDown. And I feel bad for doing that, but honestly, this is what they think of him. We'd be lucky if they even think of him as what I'm about to tell you guys, because he is going to be set up for WrestleMania 37 for the IC Championship. Aleister Black taking on Matt Riddle for the Intercontinental Championship, bro. Then Aleister Black will go on to defeat Riddle, who by this point has held the belt for about 6 to 8 months at this point. So it's about time we get the belt on somebody else. Now, who does Aleister feud with after this? I just named off a lot of people that he probably didn't fight in his way up to Mania. Again, just to rename some of those people. Dude, Daniel Bryan, Drew Gulak, AJ, Jeff, Sheamus, and obviously the most talented, untalented faction. You have Cesaro, you have fucking Sami Zayn, and you have Shinsuke Nakamura, which sounds the most intriguing to me. I mean, not nowadays, but I mean,
Ideas of them.
yeah. I mean, the idea of Nakamura in black, just take my money, bro. So, yes, Aleister Black is going to turn over a new leaf on the SmackDown mid-card side of things, and he is going to beat Matt Riddle for the Intercontinental Championship, moving Matt Riddle up to the Universal Championship, whoever the champion may be. Maybe we get a little Riddle versus Roman Reigns, or maybe we get Riddle versus The Fiend, which would be really, really weird. But, well, I don't know how Riddle would react to the Funhouse. That's the only thing about it. I don't know. I don't know how he would, like, would he be scared Riddle? We don't really see that out of him too much, but, um, yeah, so we will be moving Matt Riddle up, and honestly, the only reason I did not have him in my personal booking of this, we would have got some kind of interaction with the Fiend, bro. But clearly, they do not think of him as a world champion. But this is what would have happened, man, if Paul Heyman would have stayed in power. And they, well, not only that, but if they would have made the decision to keep Alistair as the original winner of the 2020 Royal Rumble. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but Black and Riddle, again, another one. Take my money. SmackDown is it's so many good matches for Alistair, so he can feud with just about anybody really. If you want to put AJ Styles back into that mix, if you want to put Sheamus back into that mix, who hasn't won the Intercontinental Championship in his career yet. If you want to put if you want to put Jeff into that mix, I don't really know. If you want to have Ali come off of the back of a milk carton. Um, yeah, I mean you could do that as well. So um, yeah, so that's what I would that's how I would book it, bro. Do you have any interesting questions?
Um. Mm, hmm. Hold on. Back versus Brock. How long, realistically, do you think that Black would have held that title?
No, no way. No way. Because well, like I said, I also like I said, I incorporated this into my booking too, man. But as soon as Heyman's gone,
Oh.
no way Black's keeping that title past SummerSlam. I think WWE would probably, as soon as they fired Heyman, have Black versus Orton at Extreme Rules, and I think they would have Orton take it. Or they do Drew. I don't think they would even. If it was me, I would at least save the big title change for SummerSlam, and I'd let Black carry it through the summer. But if WWE's booking this, no way. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, bro, I think either by SummerSlam or at SummerSlam, that title's off his hands, bro. The second fucking Heyman gets booted out, so
Yeah.
does he. As long as everyone else that Heyman tried to keep alive,
Right. He
they're all
was
gone.
doing a good job. Well, he was doing okay with them, I'd say.
Yeah, but at least he was trying with them. He wanted them to be good.
All right, yeah, hey, exactly.
No.
I agree 100%. But yeah, dude, I honestly just think I think with Heyman leaving, it just sets up for. I think it just sets up. Yeah, I honestly just think it's not in no way is that good for Aleister Black at all. Just considering the fact of Heyman was pretty much his only chance type thing. So,
Yeah, swear.
I mean, he was the only one that seemed to give a fuck about a lot of those guys. So, um, yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, yeah. So I think that's what I think, bro. But what were you saying?
What do you think would happen to Drew if he won?
Oh, that's a really good one. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'd say, unfortunately, he's got to take the black route, bro. He's got to team with Humberto. I think they would put him in that role because what else are you gonna do with him?
Exactly.
I
That's
think
true.
the roles would be reversed, and he would just be that good guy, just like Black is that good big Scottish guy that just loves to help Rey Mysterio.
Big Scottish teddy bear. Or just a big tattooed up satanic ass teddy bear.
Yeah, man, nice guy. That Alistair Black. He's
From the
just
anti-hero to the nice guy.
to the anti-hero to the hero.
Oh god. So lame.
Yeah, so Alistair, man, what do you think of where do you think they went wrong with Alistair Black? I mean, well, you know what? Let's bring it back. Where do you think they went wrong with Mustafa Ali?
Ooh, damn. fuck. First of all, a little side note
Uh-oh.
with Ali, bro. I think he really should have won that cruiserweight title at some point, bro.
Hmm.
I think he earned it. I think the title earned him. I think it would have just been an amazing sight to see, bro. But after that, just not doing shit with them, just making them just a jobber on the roster. Either fucking now trying to put him with fucking Chad Gable and a hacker gimmick, or fucking just having him float around. Just they just gotta do something with the man, whether it's mid card or fucking main card. Like I could at least give him that. They could have gave him the U.S. title or the IC, bro. He would have been a perfect IC champion, bro. Perfect. But they just had him floating around, bro. I think that's what really killed Ali, bro. Just floating around. So what do you think killed Ali?
Hmm. Well, man, I think the way they brought him up was good. I thought it was a nice, pleasant surprise. They were like, Daniel Bryan's facing someone on SmackDown, and they're like, and everybody was saying, I remember at the time, everybody was saying, it's someone you're gonna like, but it's not someone you're going to expect. And it ends up being Mustafa, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, they hit that on the head. It's not somebody I expected at all, but it's someone I like. I like Mustafa a lot. Just because prior to that, the guy legitimately just killed himself on the guy just killed himself on 205 with Murphy, um, and yeah, I mean, he got injured, bro. You could maybe say that kind of turned them off to it. Um, but then after that, I think it was just the fact of them just. So Mustafa's always been that guy where everybody's like, yo, like this guy can cut really good promos and he can have really good matches and like why aren't you doing anything with them? And it's like they would kind of tease us. Like they would like have this guy cut these really, really good self-made promos where it's just fantastic. Just because of his background, obviously, and being a police officer and fighting for justice and stuff like that, and then fast forward and at the end of the day he's fighting for justice, but he's just like you said, just floating, or he says he's fighting for justice, but he's just floating around in the mid card. Like this guy 100%. I don't remember who exactly was IC champ that year, but
So yeah.
I want to say 2019. I know it was Finn because he won it at Mania. It was Finn and Nakamura, bro. Like Nakamura and even Finn, they don't have reigns that I can remember. So what is the problem in putting a championship on Ali, bro? You know what I mean? And um, I definitely think that was their main problem that summer. You should have put some kind of mid card championship on him, but I feel like ever since he came back from that injury, he got the Finn Balor curse, bro. That's what I think. So I think that's where they went wrong with him. I think, like you said, it's just too much floating around, and like I said as well, how is this guy gonna say that he's fighting for justice, but every week he's just competing against random ass heels? Like
Yeah. Like,
you're
I'm
just
not back.
making him the most generic, just baby face. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
dude.
He just likes to fight heels because he doesn't like how they see the world, bro.
Like,
You know how stupid you look? Go for a fucking championship. What are you doing?
yeah, fucking
So,
Spider-Man. Fucking.
so, yeah, man. I think that's where they went wrong with Mustafa. I think, I think he should not have got called up without a cruiserweight championship. Just so he has that under his belt, so somebody takes him fucking seriously. If that helps, um, then sure. But who knows if that helps anymore, considering what happened to the Ascension. But, um. I don't really think title reigns from other brands really count to Vince McMahon, but I mean, fuck. I mean, it would have made him look somewhat legitimate. So, yeah, but and I think the summer of 2019, he definitely should have held some kind of gold. If it wasn't going to be the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, obviously because of Kofi, there is no reason at all that we didn't have to have a Mustafa IC title run. 100%. I think the lack of striking when the iron's hot. I remember a lot of people wanted to see him succeed in 2019. Not to mention that fucking shit they pulled at Money in the Bank, where he's fucking.
Bro.
I almost forgot about that, guys. But this guy, dude, if I was him, I would have unhooked that briefcase and fucking booked it.
I swear, bro. Oh,
So, yeah, and I mean that shit at Money in the Bank, bro, where he's fucking got his hands on the briefcase and he's
he's standing.
staring at Brock. Just wait, is that Brock? Yes, that's Brock. You better unhook that fucking briefcase and book it. Yes, you. This means once that music goes off, either you unhook that briefcase or you're getting buried.
Exactly. Just damn. Is that Brock? Man, I ain't wearing my glasses. I can't. Is that Brock? I can't. What the
Is
hell's
that,
that? Like,
is that,
bro.
that sounds like his music now. Oh shit, that's him. He's climbing up the ladder.
Like, bro. What? You look like
So
such a
stupid.
bro. When they're fucking grabbing at the briefcase and not fucking taking it off the hook.
Or when they hit it. I hate when they hit it. What the fuck are you doing, Butterfingers? What the fuck? I hate when they hit the briefcase and then it swings back and forth. I'm like, are you guys fucking stupid? It's not a fucking pinata. Fucking grab the goddamn briefcase. So, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I honestly think it's just their lack to do anything, and also, like I said, bro, that shit at Money in the Bank, that made him look like the biggest fucking idiot on the planet, bro. And they did it to him of all people, so Jesus Christ, bro. And also not to mention, that was one of the best Money in the Bank matches that I've seen in a minute, bro.
That was
That was
genuinely good match.
Yeah, the people they had in that match made for a kick-ass Money in the Bank ladder match, bro.
Oh
And then
yeah.
it goes to Brock, and this year it goes to fucking Otis. Oh yeah, does anybody even remember that guy? It was a one-hit wonder for his fucking stupid feud with Mandy that nobody gives a shit about. So stupid, bro. You could have gave that to somebody like Mustafa, bro.
Exactly.
Or you could have had the Hacker as a character, a masked figure, and had him
Yeah.
cash it in and reveal that it was Mustafa.
Like, bro. Come on. So
So
many
knowing
things.
WWE, it probably would have ended up being fucking Hornswoggle anyway, because that's their fucking way out of everything.
Grab Hornswoggle or Big Show, one of the two. Fucking hell.
I can't believe they put that fucking Money in the Bank briefcase on Otis, bro. I really
I
can't.
swear.
Especially
And
considering now, he's the definition of a wrestling one-hit wonder. He had like one good storyline, bro.
legit, nobody talks about Otis anymore. Nobody cares about Otis. Like, come on, bro. Like, bro. His ass. They should have never. Why did you break heavy machinery up, bro? Why?
Now they only need Tucker when Otis needs to fight a tag team.
Yeah.
Oh, Miz and Morrison are being mean to me. Hey, Tucker, I know I kind of abandoned you, but you think you could fucking help me tonight?
I swear.
You had a
Like,
good tag team. And then, besides, look at who's on the tag team division on SmackDown.
nobody.
Usos are hurt. Can Miz and Morrison fucking suck dick? Fucking New Day, obviously they're a staple, but that's it. Two teams is not a division. The Forgotten Sons are fucking taken off TV because Jackson Riker's about to get jumped and fucking and now his poor partners have to pay for it.
I swear. They don't need
So
him. Like, come
it's just like,
on.
guys,
Dude.
come on here. What are we doing now? But
Seriously, man.
Mustafa, it's just a matter of them moving way too slow.
Mm-hmm. Way too slow.
And it would have been worth the wait. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. reported top feud going into this year's SummerSlam. All right, we'll look forward to that on Fridays, guys. Um, yes. So, um, what is it? Oh, that fucking top feud better be Adam Cole versus Drew McIntyre.
Bro, if it's not, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm gonna fucking slit my dick. Hey,
What
God,
if it's Roderick Strong versus Drew McIntyre?
what the fuck? Oh, I actually remember when fucking Roddy fucking lost to him for the title shot on
Oh
the first
yeah,
episode of fucking NXT, and they shook his hand, and I was babyface Roddy. God,
nothing better than babyface Roddy, bro. The goat, the true goat
like
of our generation.
he was so bad. He's funny because
Oh,
he is the
dude,
definition
him,
of just
him on the, yeah, bro. He is the on the mic. He's the definition of just bland.
just a happy family white dude. That's literally all he is. Nothing undisputed, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, bro. Not
God.
my son, my wife, family man.
God, it's fucking Rude was saying they're gonna plow his wife, and his happy ass was just damn.
Who's
That's
just
not a
looking
mess.
around. That's
Okay.
it. I'm gonna beat you in a match now. We're gonna have a match because you said that. Um, but but even Roddy in the Undisputed, bro, him on the mic is just fucking hilarious.
God,
Who
he's
do you
so
think you are? I'm like, bro, what?
so bad on the mic. It's hilarious. But like, yeah, bro, that feud is not someone good. And bruh,
Yeah,
if it's
man,
not
but
the riddle, I don't want it.
oh god, what if it's Otis versus the Fiend? Well, I don't know if I reported this, guys, but it's a little Easter egg if anybody is watching. That is reportedly not for SummerSlam, but that is what they're well, it's not confirmed for when it's for exactly, but that's what they're setting Otis up for, the Fiend. So, isn't that just fucking sound like fucking greatness before our eyes? Like, definitely waited all year, lived through a pandemic to fucking have it all culminate for fucking Otis and the Fiend. Exactly how I planned my year going. This truly is the fucking worst year we've ever lived in, bro.
Seriously, bro. That fucking bullshit.
So, Jesus Christ. But, yeah, so, what is it? Fucking, oh, so yeah, so where do you think they went wrong with Aleister Black, bro, as we wrap things up, man? Where do you think they went wrong with him?
Just not only was that fucking come fight me in the closet and shit,
Oh, God.
not only that, but the humanization of his ass, bro. He went from the silent, calm, anti-hero in NXT to just the cool satanic guy that'll help you in need, but he is satanic and cool. Like, bro, like his look and actions made him cool in NXT, bro. Not saying this guy is dark and brooding and like let's say more do with them, especially on commentary. My God, just anyone in NXT, bro. The commentary just doesn't feel right when they get to fucking the main roster with fucking Michael Cole so bad he's kind of good ass. Fucking Jerry the King Lawler is just straight garbage ass. Fucking like commentary doesn't work for NXT guys. Main roster commentary is not mixed, but like just the humanization and just like random ass little storylines they put him in. Fucking mixing up with Ray and being a hero and fucking only fighting people when they come to him. Like what? It just did not make sense, and it was just not the Aleister Black and NXT man. Humanized him too much, and he always fought. They make him fight for the dumbass reasons that he would never fight for in NXT, bro. So, yeah, bro. That's where I think they went wrong with Black. What do you think?
Yikes. Man, dude, Jesus, where did they go wrong with Aleister Black? First of all, they brought him up in a tag team. No. In no way are Black and Ricochet should have been even presented as a tag team. These guys are a makeshift tag team. It's a staple in NXT that they do every year for the Dusty Classic. They put two top stars in a tag team only for the Dusty Classic, and it's fine, and it's cool, and it makes for really good tag team matches. But in no way should those guys have been ever brought up as a tag team. No way in hell. And I think that suffered considering they put them in a tag team match at WrestleMania together. I understand if you want to bring them up as a tag team on an episode of Raw to get some eyes on them, bro, in Lafayette, Louisiana. But when you are presenting these guys as a tag team so hard to the point where you put them on a WrestleMania card as a tag team together, in no way should these guys be presented as a tag team, bro. They're not a fucking tag team. They're two single stars. And again, in no way should they be presented as a tag team. And that is where they messed up with them. And they just had them float around the tag team division, just putting on whatever match is here and whatever match is there, bro. And once they finally split these guys up, Ricochet, I believe, went to Raw and Black went to SmackDown, right?
I
Did he?
think.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because Ricochet won the U.S. title from Samoa Joe. And that was on Raw at the time, right?
Oh my god, I think he did.
Yeah, he won it at Stomping Grounds, I remember.
Oh my god. No shit.
Here, let me look at the 2019 Superstar Shakeup results, because I believe Aleister went to SmackDown.
Well, if it was October of 2019, I think that's when he was already on SmackDown and he got put on Raw. Because it would have been October of 2019.
Yeah, but they also did that shakeup after Mania, remember? That was the one that Roman moved to,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then
Okay.
that was the one that AJ moved to Raw in. So, here, let's
Damn.
see.
Biggest acquisition.
Yeah, bingo. This fucking website's weird. Why does it say fucking Aleister Black and Ricochet chose Monday Night Raw? If they had a fucking choice, I'd be going back down to fucking Full Sail.
Where do you want to go? AEW. Like, bro.
Alright, let's see. Superstar Shakeup results. Okay. SmackDown. Following Superstars moved to SmackDown in the Shakeup. Oh. They both moved to Raw. Okay. So that's weird. Okay, so I guess they just moved him to SmackDown. But I think at the Shakeup, if I'm not mistaken, I think they broke them up at the Shakeup. I think. Or not. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure what happened was Aleister Black, Aleister Black faced Aleister Black and Ricochet were eventually taken off TV, I think. And then what I think happened was, that was, I think Black was then moved to SmackDown, and then in the draft they were split up, and that's when they kept him in the closet, per se.
Yeah, bro.
But I feel like they split the tag team itself up a little before that. I feel like they split them up at the shakeup, but they kept them on the same brand.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. It was so awful. But I think that's where they went wrong with Black, is the fact of they just
Yeah.
literally kept him off TV. Like, there's no better way to have people forget about somebody, and that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm. It's true,
So,
bro.
yeah, man. But that is what I think happened with Aleister Black, and that is why he failed. So, yeah. What do you think? Or did I already ask you? I already
Yeah.
asked you, right? Okay. I was gonna say. I thought I did.
Mm,
Yeah. So that is what I think. I think it was just with Black. It was a matter of first of all, presenting him as a tag team, and second of all, keeping him in a closet, asking people to fight him.
yeah.
In what sense does that make? In what sense does, like, what? Who, who does that? You're not fucking, you're not fucking Undertaker. Nobody's dying to fight you, bro. You gotta go out and fucking get it yourself, man. Jesus. What a fucking idiot. Nobody ever came to fight him.
Which,
Just make him look like a blithering idiot. Like, dude, don't you fucking get it? Nobody's gonna knock on your fucking door.
yeah, it's a just excuse to keep him off TV till they can find something for him.
Yeah, and that was another thing. I think it came out that they didn't have anything for him. So why the fuck would you call him up?
Exactly, like, bro.
Call people up when you need them, not when everybody else gets stale because you failed to book them. That's the
Swear.
main fucking problem, bro. Yeah, that's a fucking fantastic way to put it, too. Call people up when you fucking need them.
Legit.
Not because all the rest of our roster's stale, because we don't know how to book them either. So we'll just fucking, we'll just call this fucker up to fucking make people happy, because the rest of our roster's stale, because we can't do our jobs.
Seriously.
Yeah, so that's what I think went wrong with Aleister Black, man, and also Mustafa. Is there anything else you gotta say?
Just these guys could be way, way, way bigger and better than they treat them, bro. They could be stars.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I agree, man. These guys are so talented, and they do not fucking deserve to be in a closet or in front of a fucking desk that gets canceled and fucking a bunch of bullshit with these guys, man. And same thing with Ali. The rumor is he was supposed to come back with Gable. That doesn't make any sense. And Gable does not need to be in a tag team, and neither does Ali. And Gable does not need to be Shorty G, bro.
God, no, that is garbage.
And fucking yeah, these guys don't need to be in a fucking tag team, dude. Why don't you stop breaking up tag teams and stop relying on Ali and Gable as a tag team and Black and Ricochet? The fuck out of here. Yeah, guys, but that is going to do it for this What If edition of the podcast, man. It has been Johnny Mayhem.
And Sergey, like,
And that is going to do it for this edition of the podcast, man. If you guys like what you've seen, yeah, give it a thumbs up, bro. And, yeah, stay tuned for the news on Friday. Please like, comment, subscribe, and again, we'll see you guys here with the news on Friday.
peace.